What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of the Road to Glory. I hate myself right now because look at this lighting. Look at it. I'm pasty white here and dark as you like here because I've got a bright light there coming in. I promise, not that it really affects you unless you just sit there staring at my face cam for the whole video. But I promise I'm gonna get a blind for this window. But the problem is, and I explained in the previous video, it's a slanted window. Look, see, it's slanted on the roof, so I can't just like hang something and let it drop down because it drops off and the light still comes through. I need to get an actual fitted blind, and somebody actually linked me in the comment section a fitted blind that was perfect, and I clicked on the website and I looked at it and I was like, yeah, that would be a good thing to get. And then I clicked off the website, and that was that. And I could have just ordered it right there. So this week, the aim is to get a blind for my window, because this is just not okay. You know what I mean? It's not okay. Anyway, enough about how I look. So I saw somebody post on either Reddit or forums or something that every time I talk about my lighting and stuff, it's me showing my vanity, and that might be the case. I don't know. I don't particularly think I'm a specifically vain person. You're entitled to your opinion on that. It's just my feeling. I like things to be right, and when I don't feel that they're right, it makes me have a need to explain them so that you guys know that I know that it's not right, and for no other reason. Anyway, I've got an interesting video today. I hope it's interesting. Anyway, this is what I wanted to kind of touch on yesterday when I ended up just doing SBCs the whole time. Now I want to show my trade pile as well because I've sold some items. Some more things have gone. Just some players. I sold some Portuguese dudes. I listed them up thinking that they'd go for a lot, and they didn't. I very overestimated the Portuguese thing, and I did the Portuguese SBC. I completely forgot to record it because I've been recording live the last few days. I unfortunately completely forgot to record it. Remember that Benteke that I bought for 54k and then sold and relisted and relisted and relisted for 75k? Well, look at him now. I mean, I made 20,000 profit on him, but now he's 100,000 coins. I could have bought 5 or 6 of them and made 300,000-400,000 coins, but no, I bought one, I sold it for 20k, and sure, 20k profit is great, but it's not 50k profit. So if it is Lukaku Player of the Month today, by the time you're watching this video, I don't think I have enough to do it, because he's going to be 90 rated because of that inform. It's going to be expensive. I'm going to get it. I'll waste all my coins to get it, but I don't know what we're going to do. Now, a lot of today's video is going to be spent on FootHead, right? And I'll say this as well. I love FootHead, I love FootWiz, I love FootBin. I think they're 3 very good sites that you should all use and check out. The reason why I use FootHead is just because I prefer the way the stats are shown on the website. And FootWiz have actually improved the way that they've shown stats, but for me still it's not visually, aesthetically pleasing to how I would like it. And I understand completely. I've actually got a really good working relationship with FootWiz. I think they're top dudes. Big, you know, I love Dan to bits. Like I think he's great. I'm not suggesting for 1 second if they hear this, or if somebody that loves FootWiz relays this message back to them, I'm not suggesting for 1 second that they need to change their website for me. I'm just one person with one opinion. I don't matter in the grand scheme of things to them, and I'm sure that they know that. But for the sake of this video, FootHead is just, as I say, it's more aesthetically pleasing for me personally to see the way the stats are developed. Now, this is the team that I'm going to use in Weekend League. You can see I picked up Sergio Ramos, 560,000 coins. I bought this Ramos, and I'm going to be giving him a anchor chem style, maybe a shadow. I'm going to look at the stats today in a second. You're probably thinking, what on earth is this team? Typical NepentheZ playing Suarez at CDM. I won't be playing him at CDM, right? Now, I've got 82 chemistry and an 88 rated team. The rating of the team is irrelevant. I can get this up to 86 chemistry if I put Gerard Piqué in, because it gets Suarez to 7 chemistry, which might prove important in a future part of the video. But for the time being, this is the team. This is the team that I'm using this Weekend League. What I'm going to be doing is changing this team in-game to one of 3 formations. Formation number 1, will be the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. And the way the team will get set up is Bellerin will go to right back, De Rossi is coming to centre back, and then actually exactly like this. So in a 4-1-2-1-2, this is how my team will look. As you can see, it only gets 51 chemistry here, so it's not prudent for me to set it up like this. Bellerin at right back is fine. Ramos and Marcelo are fine at centre, left centre back and left back. Jonas as a centre midfield is going to be in the team, and we'll talk about why the players are in the team in a bit, but I just want to show you the team and the formations I'm going to be running first. So Jonas will go as a central centre midfielder, as will Nainggolan, and Coleman will go in at CDM in this formation. He's got high work rates, he's 5'10", he's got crazy good stats, and that'll be fine. Then Suarez at cam, and then the two pace merchants up front. Totally okay with that. The other formation that I might be using, and this depends on how I'm playing and how my opponent, what my opponent's doing. Then one of the next formations will be the 4-3-2-1. In this formation, again, the defence will be as follows, and then the midfield will be like so. So I'll have Lacazette. I'll actually have Lacazette on the right because he's got 3-star weak foot. So for cutting in and that low driven, I want his right foot there. So this will be the team. I'll actually have Jonas in the middle as well. This will be the team if I switch to the 4-3-2-1. Jonas, Nainggolan, and Coleman in midfield. Lacazette, Suarez, and Hazard up front. Marcelo, Ramos, De Rossi, and Bellerin in defence, and De Gea in net. And then the final formation that I may well use would be the 4-2-3-1 narrow, which will be this formation. And in this formation, we will use Nainggolan and Coleman at CDM. We will use Hazard, Suarez, and Jonas as cams, except it will be Jonas will be the central cam, because even though they're three cams, the outside cams, they act more as wingers. This like so. So Lacazette, and again, I'd have Lacazette on the right hand side. So Lacazette and Hazard would be akin to wingers, but more central, more like a left attacking midfield and a right attacking midfield. And this would be the formation in the third formation. So why these players? What have I done here? Why have I done this? You've got a lot of questions right now. I can feel them in the comment section. For those of you that were in my stream, you'll know why we're in this situation right now, and you will be sitting here thinking, yep, this is either going to work spectacularly or fail spectacularly. That is the truth. That is how it will work. So we get 82 chemistry. The reason why this chemistry is important is, and I'll show you this as well when we go to the web page. The defense is fine. Ramos will get 10 chemistry after 10 games, of course. I won't be giving the manager for him, so the whole defense is fine. Coleman gets 8, Bellerin gets 7, De Rossi gets 7, and Jonas gets 7. Then Nainggolan gets 10 as well. The only players that have super low chemistry is Hazard on 5, Lacazette on 5, and Suarez on 4. Interestingly, those are also my attackers in this situation. If I'm not enjoying any one of those three attackers, I will change the personnel. It doesn't matter for the chemistry again. I'll change the personnel. I've got on the bench the Alsoma SBC that we did for an attacking sub. We've got Giovinco Chan for defensive subs. I've got Firmino for a cam if needs be. Dele Alli for a CDM or a centre mid if needs be, or even a cam. Anthony Martial just in case you want to inject some pace. And I put Samuel Eto'o on because he's actually got very, very similar stats, very comparable stats to Jonas. Same pace, same shooting. 2 less passing, 3 less dribbling, 1 less defending, but 5 more physical. And whereas Jonas has 5-star, 3-star, Samuel Eto'o has 3-star, 4-star. So Eto'o has 4-star skills, whereas Jonas has 5-star weak foot. So they both have a few like positives and negatives thrown in. So first of all, why this team? What have I done here? Well, I wanted to build a team. I was looking at chemistry, the effects of chem styles on in-game stats, and the effects of decreases in stats within chemistry. And it's important, again, going forwards, and we're going to go to Reddit and find the good work of a Reddit user, and I want to give him the full credit for the efforts that he put in. Much like when Righteous Onyx and can't remember something McGee on Reddit last year did for the chemistry stuff last year. My man here on Reddit this time around has put in a lot of time to figure out some things. Not necessarily for me, but just figure out some things that I'm now going to be using in what we're doing here today. So this is the starting team. The reason why I've started the team like this is because for the 11 players that I've got, this is the formation that I can get the absolute best chemistry on. Not necessarily team chemistry. I do believe the 4-5-1 I can get 86 chemistry with Ramos, and it goes to 90 chemistry with PK. But in that instance, there are 2 players on 3 chemistry, rather than in this instance there are no players on 3 chemistry, and that again is important going forwards. Then we've got the 2 strikers on 5 chem each, 3 players on 7 chem, and 1 player on 8 chem. Then the rest will be on 9. So this will go up to 83 team chemistry as well over time, which again will be important once Ramos gets those 10 games under his belt. So why these players? Well, the idea was to build a team, to use a team of players that I just enjoy in this game, players that I want to use. I've said to you guys many times, for me, Lacazette was one of the best strikers at the time that I'd used in the game. Yep, sure, now I've tried this Suarez card and I love it, and I've tried the Ibrahimovic card and I love it. But every time I look at this Lacazette card, I look at his stats and I just think they're just incredible. I want to play with him again. I enjoyed him thoroughly, and when I used him before, I was forcing him into a team. I was using Nabil Fekir at right forward to get him into a team, and I was basically like forcing my hand. So I went back with Lacazette, which is perfect, and I also went with Eden Hazard at striker because, well, he's striker in this formation, but he's going to be playing at the left wing because for me, he's the player that I am just the most attached to in this game. He's going to be the first player for me to hit 1,000 games. He's the first player to hit over 500 goals. He's the first player to hit over 300 assists. This Hazard card will pretty much be in every team from now until the end of FIFA 17. So I wanted him. This red Nainggolan, as a red card, this Nainggolan is, like, his stats are just retarded good anyway. And the fact that he gets 10 chemistry is obviously a nice boost too. But I like this card. Every time I bought him on as a sub, or every time I've used a team with him, he's always been very, very strong for me. So I wanted to use him in the team. And Jonas as well, a card from way back. I've only played 76 games with him, yet he was a card that I loved, and we used very early on in FIFA. The first 2 or 3 weeks of FIFA and FUT Champs and stuff we used up until those rewards started coming in and the new SBC cards started coming out, and we just developed into an EPL team to the point where we couldn't fit Jonas in. So I put Jonas into the team for that reason. This Suarez card for me is very, very difficult for me to understand who do I like more, Ibrahimovic or Suarez. Suarez has got far more pace, which is a big, big thing in FIFA. He's also got a little bit more shooting and a little bit more dribbling, which is negligible. Passing as well is about the same. And although Suarez has got far more pace, Ibra has got far better physicals. What Ibra also has is that 6'5" frame, whereas Suarez is 6 foot. They both have 4'4". High medium work rates on Suarez, medium low on Ibra. So I've got 2 strikers here that I absolutely love. You can see from the output of Suarez there, 250 games, 150 goals and 100 assists, give or take. Right? So basically a goal contribution per game. I don't think Ibra has a goal contribution per game. He's at 386 in goal contributions and 392 for games. So he's actually almost there. And both of these players have both been used as subs considerably. And in fact, Ibrahimovic has also been used as a centre midfielder. So in terms of the true output, Ibra's probably a little bit better. The reason why I like, because I could even fit Ibra in as well. I could put Ibra there instead of Lacazette and play Suarez and Hazard on the wings. I'd get more chemistry. You know, it wouldn't affect Hazard, but it'd affect the team chem and it'd affect Ibra. But I want to use this Lacazette card. And again, we'll go through why a little bit more later. And Ibra's injured as well. And then on top of that, I've got on the bench, I've got a lot of players that I've enjoyed. Giovinco, I love. Emre Can, I love. This Al Sommer card, I'm very excited to use. And then on the like off the bench in the reserves in the club, I've got players that I will pick from going forwards, assuming that I don't like one of the players that I'm using. Harry Kane, Diego Costa. I could put either of those back in a team. So if I don't enjoy Lacazette, because Lacazette for me goes in as a right forward or as a striker, so I'd want to put a pacier player there. However, if that's the case, I can then put Suarez up front or basically someone else up front with Suarez, depending on the formation. This Insigne card we could use. We've got a lot of options of a lot of cards. The Sterling card, the Son card, the Mane card, the Walcott card. Like, we played a lot of games with a lot of these dudes that I could use. But I wanted to use the players, the high-rated players with key stats in key areas that are going to be very, very workable for me. And on that note, I could actually put like Costa in here, and he'd get the same chemistry as Suarez. The 4 chem points doesn't make a difference. So This is the team that I'm going to start using in this weekend league. And then when I figure out a player that I don't like, I'll change them for somebody that I might like. And if it's Lukaku that gets player of the month, this Lacazette card will probably drop out and Lukaku will lead in. And then I'll switch to the 4-1-2-1-2 instead of the 4-3-2-1. Have Suarez at cam, Lukaku and Hazard up front, Jonas and Nainggolan as a wide centre mids, Coleman as a central defensive mid, and then put De Rossi in defence. And you're probably sitting there thinking, why are you playing De Rossi in defence? Well, he gets medium-high work rates, he's 6'1", he's got a 4-star weak foot, and then he's got 71 pace, 85 defending, and 86 physical. When you actually compare him to a centre-back that I may have been... Let's compare him to Chris Smalling. When you compare him to Chris Smalling, I think Smalling's got a lot more pace, actually. But in terms of, like, defensive capabilities... Yeah, he's got better defending, better physical. Same work rates, medium-high work rates. He's a little bit shorter and has a little less pace. And when you compare him to like Eric Bailly, better defending, better physical. When I compare him to Reed, of course, who we've used a lot of games, a little bit worse defending, better physical. And again, Reed, I think isn't Reed 6'4" as well, 6'3", so he's only 2 inches shorter than Reed. He's got a 4-star weak foot, which Reed doesn't have. Basically, just I'm intrigued to use this card. I'm just interested to use this card. I like the look of it. So this is going to be the team, dudes, that I go in. As I say, I've shown you where we're going to change these positions to. Now I want to show you more specifically why I've taken these players and why I'm more than happy to use them on these chem points. So I will be right back. Okay guys, so you can see on the screen now we are on FootHead. The first thing we're going to do is go and take a look at, first thing we're going to do is go and take a look at the chemistry laws. So, the formula aside, there are 3 important things that EA have stated for chemistry laws. Ignore how the chemistry is deduced, because FootHead are going to do that for us, because we're lazy, we don't want to do things like that. EA, this is official EA Sports website, they say the following. And now some of you don't believe what EA say. I subscribe to it. I believe what they say. I think what they say is real, and I think the way that things change is real. They say, if the resulting number is greater than 50, players' attributes start to improve towards their maximum of 99. If the resulting number is 50, the number is neutral and the player receives no changes from their base attributes. If the resulting number is 49 or lower, the player's attributes are reduced towards a minimum of 1. So this will become relatively important as we look at how the player's attributes are changed, so on and so forth. And now I want to take you guys to Reddit. And I created a thread on Reddit a few days ago about chemistry. What did I call it? It's called, if you want to go and read the thread, there's a lot of really good information in there. It's called An Observation About Chemistry. And I talked about my interaction with you guys on stream and how players who have high in-game stats before boosts aren't as susceptible to needing chem boosts and chem styles as those who don't. And as we went through the thread, the user by the name of Crippler1 had done a lot of really good work figuring out how the chemistry tiers work, because EA just tell us that if you have 49 or less points, which again we'll use FootHead to derive those points, we're not going to do the math for ourselves. If you have 49 or less points, the stats start decreasing to a minimum of 1. And what Crippler did is he figured out exactly how it works. So basically, every 2 chemistry points that you lose underneath 50, you lose 1 stat across the board for a player. And we'll take that into FootHead, but that's basically how it works. So I just wanted to show you guys that. So if we move back to foothead.com and we're going to take Nainggolan to start with. I've got the 86 rated version of Nainggolan. I'm going to just increase this right here so you guys can get a little bit of a better view of what it is. So these are his in-game stats, and these are the stats if he gets 50 points in the system. And again, you can use FootHead to figure out how many points you've got, but there is a formula. If you just type in how chemistry works, in EA's system they tell you basically team chemistry, but you basically get 25% of the number of team chemistry and 750% of the number of individual chemistry, or 75%, no, yeah, 75% times 10, 750%. So for example, a player that has 10 chemistry personal and 100 team chemistry, they get 25% of the team chemistry, which is 25 points, and 750% of the individual chemistry of 10, which is 75 points, which means they get 100 overall points. Again, like, just find this website, Ultimate Team Tips and Tricks, How Chemistry Works in FIFA 17. You'll find this website. It gives you the math there. But basically, imagine a bowl where you need to get 100 points into the bowl to get the biggest boost. And if you can get at least 50 points in the bowl, you get no boost but no degrading. And then to get those points, it's taken from your team chemistry and your individual chemistry. So the way it works for me personally, because on this team I have 82 chemistry right now, we'll go with that. I have 82 chemistry. So what I get, guys, I basically get 25% of that, which is 20.5. So I get from my team chemistry 20.5 points into every single player on the team. So even Suarez, who's only on 4 individual chemistry, and Hazard and Lacazette, who are only on 5 individual chemistry, they already get 20, we'll say 20 points for the sake of argument. They already get 20 points going towards that 50-point limit as a minimum that you have to hit to get card stats. Then, in fact, let's take Luis Suarez, because he's actually the one that's bang on the money. Then with someone like Suarez, because I get 4 individual chemistry with him, I get 750% of that, which is 30, because 75% of 4 is 3, and then times that by 10, it's 30. It might not be 750%. I could be wrong with the way I'm trying to figure it out, but it's 7.5% times 10. So my mind says 75%. I'm not a math genius. I'm probably wrong. But you get the picture. So the fact that he has 4 individual chem, which means before we even take a look at the stats and the chemistries and the boosts and stuff, from team chemistry, he gets 20.5 points. And from individual chemistry, because he gets 75% times 10, sorry, yeah, 7.5%, yeah, 75% times 10, I am right on that. 75% times 10, he gets 3 times 10, which is 30. Because obviously 3 is 75% of 4. So he gets 30 from individual chem and 20.5 from team chemistry, which means he gets 50.5 points, which puts him at base card stats. Which means if we play him on 4 chemistry, doesn't matter what chem style we put on or where, he doesn't get a boost, but he also doesn't lose stats. If we played him on 3 chemistry, he would then lose 3 stats, because what you lose there is 6 points. If we actually put it down to 79 here, I think he loses 1 point across the board here. There's actually no degradation there. 78, there's nothing either. 76, oh, it's because I've got the... No, it's still 76, there's nothing there. 72, there you go. So by 72 team chemistry, however the numbers work, this is now enough to lose him 1 point everywhere. But we have 82 chemistry. Now, one of the big things about playing PK over Ramos in my team would be the fact, not about the team chemistry, because although PK boosts the team chemistry up to 86, the most important factor of potentially playing PK over Ramos would be that Suarez's individual chemistry would go up to 7. Which would mean that obviously he would then get boosts. If we had a hunter card on him, he would get some boosts, right? So we'll look at him on 7 chemistry. He gets +5 pace, 97 acceleration, 83 sprint speed, and then his stats here get capped anyway, goes up to 96 shooting. But because we've got him on 4 chemistry, and because we've got the team chemistry at 82, these are the stats he gets. However, what I argue is, and this is why I'm tempted to try this team, or not why I'm tempted, this is why I'm going to try this team this weekend league, is because this as a striker, these stats, which is what he will get in my team, are still remarkable. 94 stamina for a striker is great. His reactions are great. His ball control is great. His agility is very good. His balance is negligible at best. It's bad. His balance is bad. Let's not beat around the bush. His passing is decent. His short passing is okay. His free kicks and vision are quite good. His curves are very nice, so his finesse shots are going to be good. His finishing is still 98. His positioning is still 96. His volleys and penalties are a bit low, but they're irrelevant. And ultimately, long shots, because of what we figured out before, we figured out that long shots are only... the long shot stat is only relevant for shots taken outside the box. It doesn't come into contention inside the box. So if I'm taking most of my shots with Suarez inside the box, it's his finishing that is important, and then shot power of 90 is great. The only thing that you could say, looking at this card, that is questionable, potentially, is the fact that he's got 78 sprint speed. So although he's quick off the mark with that 90 acceleration, his sprint speed is only 78. However, this is his card stats when I set him to a striker in game. Obviously, I start him as a CDM for chemistry reasons, and then we will switch him out. So although I say I'll start him in the team, for chemistry reasons, what I did is I picked the 11 players that I wanted. Then I tried to get the best chemistry out of that as possible, because otherwise, interestingly enough, if I played him as a striker on his own, he would still get 4 chemistry, for the simple fact that you get 4 chemistry off the striker spot. So that whether I played him there or Lacazette there, it wouldn't make any difference. Lacazette only gets the 5 chem because I had Arsene Wenger as a manager. And then we look at someone like Lacazette, and I'll go through all 11 players that I'm going to be playing, because I think it's going to be important. And for those of you that aren't interested in this sort of stuff, feel free not to watch this part of the video. I don't mind, you know, it's not a big deal for me. So for Lacazette, we've got, again, 82 team chemistry, 82. And he's got 5 individual chemistry, and we've got currently a Hawk chemistry style on him. And so these are his stats. These are Lacazette stats, and we're going to be playing him either as a striker or as a right wing or a right forward, depending on what formation we use. So he's got 90 sprint speed and 87 acceleration. Okay, if we had 10 chem and 100 chem with a Hawk, yeah, these stats become absurdly amazing still. But what we're looking at is how good is he still going to be with 5 chem on 82 team chemistry with his Hawk chemistry style. He's still going to have 90 pace, give or 90 sprint speed. His positioning, finishing is great. His volleys and penalties are nice. His long shots are a bit weak, but his shot power is very nice. His short passing is good, which is obviously quite important. His crossing is pretty bad, which is pretty relevant if he plays as the winger. But if he plays, of course, as a striker, that's not really that relevant. His dribbling is exceptional, high 80s everywhere. And even if we played him on 100 team chem and 10 chemistry, because we're using a Hawk, his passing and his dribbling and his defending, they don't change anyway. So they're just the same. The only thing that we lose out on is the boost that we get from the stats that we force through the chem styles. So we get a little bit of extra jumping. His physicals are still nice. He's got good stamina. Now, I might be inclined to play a catalyst on him, just because I might want to improve that passing a little bit. But it doesn't really make that much of a difference, nor does the passing, because of the way the chevrons work, because of the way it works. Putting Hunter on as well, like, you're getting 1s and 2s everywhere. I actually think Hawk might be the best one, because we're still getting 1s and 2s here and 1s and 2s here, but we also get something physical. So Lacazette's card, guys, is still going to be amazing to use, even though he's starting on 5 chemistry in an 82 rated team. We then take the next player on 5 chemistry, because we're going with the worst ones for chem to start with, and that's Eden Hazard, Player of the Month. We've got 82 chemistry for him, and we've got 5 chemistry on him, and I've actually got a Hunter chem style on him. So these are his stats again. And now his dribbling, remarkable. His passing, very good. His physical is the only thing that I'm impressed that I need in physical off of Hazard anyway is stamina, right? Because I don't care about his jumping strength and aggression, because even if I applied a chem style, say Sentinel, that boosted his physical, it doesn't boost it, even with the maximum boost. It doesn't boost it to a point where the stats are really that great. Yeah, we get 15 strength with a Sentinel, but then we're boosting defending, which is a waste. So what would we do anyway? What else has... so yeah, if we use Sniper, these stats, they're still trash. So we don't care about his physical. And then with Hunter, we boost his pace and we boost his shooting. And of course, we drag this down to 82 and we drag this down to 5. So he gets 96 acceleration and 89 sprint speed. Still remarkably quick. His finishing is very, very good. Penalties are very strong. They don't really matter. His passing is very good. Greens everywhere. His dribbling is very, very good. Very good. And his physical's bad to the point where, as well, the fact that he's got low stamina, he would be one of the guys that I would sub off in the 60th, 65th minute, and I'd bring someone like that Anthony Martial on, or that Al Sommer or Giovinco, and bring them on in place of Eden Hazard. That is what the case would be. It might be more prudent and some might suggest this. I haven't seen this suggested yet, but because the way chemistry works for subs, he wouldn't get 6.25 chemistry, and this is another thing. Subs only get 6.25 chemistry if they come in with a team chemistry of 100. Otherwise, they get a base of 5, and then how chemistry works. They get a base of 5, and how much of the team chemistry after that. A substitute gets player chemistry. They basically get 5 chemistry, and then for team chemistry is 0.25. Oh wait, so they... Oh, interesting. a sub with team chemistry, player chemistry times 10 times 0.75. So if they get, what do they get on the bench? I don't know how much chemistry they get on the bench, because it doesn't say, does it? Where's the chemistry? You can't see what I'm doing right now, so chemistry is there. Yeah, so that you don't see what the chemistry they get. I want a player who comes on as a substitute, 25% from team chemistry and 75% from a individual static of 5. So they get 75% of 5, which is, what is that? Is that 37.5, isn't it? Where's the sub? Yeah, so they get 37.5 from static and then 25% from team chemistry. So they get 20 points from my team chemistry, right? Because I've got 82. So Eden Hazard would actually get exactly the same as a sub because of how my team chemistry is than if he started. It's exactly the same for him. Obviously, if I started a striker that gave the team more chemistry, then subbed him on, he would get more chemistry, but marginally, to the point where we'd be looking at probably that instead. And that boost is basically the same as this boost. And then also I'd have to waste a sub to bring him on, and then waste a sub to take him off when he gets fit. So I'd have to apply 2 substitutes to my Eden Hazard card, which of course I don't want to do. So these will be Hazard stats in game, guys. And now if you ignore my team chemistry, my individual chemistry, the fact that he's out of position, the fact that he's got a chem star, if I just said to you, this will be your right winger in FUT Champs this weekend. He'll have 96 acceleration, 89 sprint speed, he's got 4-star weak foot, 4-star skill moves, high medium work rates, these are his finishing stats, these are his passing, these are his dribbling. You would say, that's amazing. That's a great card, because I'm going to face somebody who's going to have, for example, Shaqiri as their right wing, and Shaqiri with the perfect chemistry, Shaqiri on 10-100 with Hunter Chem style, is going to be way worse passing, worse dribbling, very similar for physical. In fact, the stamina, which for me is the only important thing on something like a winger that's an agile winger, is the only important thing in physical. And then has better pace, but marginally, and 96 pace versus 93 or 94 of Hazard. You're not going to notice that. And then his shooting stats, 92, 94. What have we got? We've got 92, 84, 94, 83, 86, and 80. And in fact, if we compare Shaqiri to Eden Hazard here, if we go like this, and we put Hazard also with a Hunter, and we put individual chem here, 100 and 100, and here we do 5 and 82, what you see is, chem style Hunter here, what you see is Shaqiri on the face card has 10 less dribbling, more defending, but it's irrelevant, more physical, but the stamina is the same, so that's irrelevant, less passing, less shooting, and a little more pace. And if we actually look at the in-games, he's got 3 more acceleration and 5 more sprint speed, which again, you're not really going to notice that in-game. Positioning is 1 better, he's got less finishing, far more shot power, but again, shot power is one of those ones in my experience is user controlled. If Hazard has 85 shot power and Shaqiri has 94 shot power, all that means is that Shaqiri's shot is going to hit the back of the net a little bit harder if it hits the back of the net. Like if the keeper saves it, he saves it. Hazard's got better long shots, 1 worse volley and better penalties, better vision, better crossing, better free kick, better short passing, better long passing, better curve, better agility, a little less balance, better reactions, better ball control, better dribbling, interceptions, heading accuracy, etc. These are all relevant stats. And then for the physicals, 1 less jumping, same stamina, a lot less strength and a lot less aggression, but I don't really care about that. For me, that's not something that's important to this game. So again, Eden Hazard on you know, the low team chemistry and the very low individual chemistry, one of the worst that still gives a boost in stats, is still going to be a monster in the game. And that's our 3 worst players. We then look at a favourite of mine that we're going to be putting into this team, and that's Jonas. So Jonas right now, I think I've got Hawk chemistry style on him. I have got Hawk on him. So I've got Hawk on Jonas. We've got 82 there, and he's got 7 here. So Jonas gets a nice boost. I don't think Hawk is going to be what I want for him because he's I'm probably going to give him engine. Just because I want to boost the dribbling and passing. Like, his shooting's so good anyway. He's got great positioning, great finishing, nice long shots. I want to boost that passing that minimal bit. I want to boost that dribbling that minimal bit. These here make him beast for engine. If we gave him, let's look at something. I kind of want passing and maybe dribbling, or passing and pace. What's catalyst on him? Look at that. Look at that for a card, guys. Like, he's 81 stamina as well, so nice stamina. He's got 5-star weak foot. He's 5'11", and then with a catalyst, he gets 5 pace boosts, and his passing just gets boosted up very, very nicely. 99 curve and 97 vision, which are both important stats in my opinion. Very high short passing. His free kicks are great. His long passing is good, not amazing, but good. He's got good agility, good reactions, good ball control, good dribbling. He's relatively quick for a centre midfielder. His shooting and finishing is great. So when people say, like, because when I was building this team in stream, people are like, why Jonas? I love him. I loved him all the games that I've used him in. I never looked at the teams this deeply for chemistry on how to use these players. So Jonas is there for me. So that's us. We've done Lacazette, we've done Suarez, we've done Jonas, we've done Hazard. We're now going to take a look at De Rossi. Now De Rossi is going to play at centre-back for us. De Rossi for me gets, I believe, 7 chemistry. Yep, De Rossi gets 7 chemistry. So we're going to go again, 82 chem, 7 chemistry here. And we're going to give him a shadow chem style. These are his stats. Now, bear in mind, he's going to be a centre-back for us, guys. He's 6'1". I don't know why FootHead say 6 foot. He's 6'1". Great work rates. 4-star weak foot, which is great. 95 stand tackle. 96 interceptions. 93 sliding tackle. He's got 88 strength. 82 stamina. His jumping and heading is good. And he's relatively quick. It might be the case that I don't like him at centre-back. I might play a few games and feel like he's exposing me, in which case I'll change him and I'll play a different player there instead. But for a few games, I want to try him out. I want to see how he works, because his defending is nice at 92 and it's only so low because of the marking category is quite low. I don't know how important the marking category is. It might be a case again where marking at 85 isn't good enough and it ends up screwing me out of defending cleverly or whatever. But I don't know what the true difference between 85 marking and 95 marking is. We don't know what that in-game impact has. So that's what De Rossi is going to look like for us at centre-back. And like I say, if he doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. We'll put someone else in there. No problem at all. So after De Rossi, we've got Nainggolan. Now, Nainggolan for us, he actually gets 10 chemistry. So when we go chemistry, and we put 80, we put 82 again here. He's got 10 chem, and for me, he's got the engine chem style. Stats are just ridiculous. His stats are just ridiculous. I mean, you could put whatever. You could put Shadow on him if you wanted. He'll be a CDM for me, so Shadow might be more prudent. 92 pace, 95 defending, high work rates. Just his card is so incredibly well rounded that whatever chem style you put on him, he's going to be amazing. And because he gets a really nice boost off the back of the fact that he's got 10 individual chem in the 82 team chemistry. So whatever chem style I play on him, however I want to use him in this team, I'll probably keep engine on him because I find dribbling to be an important stat in this game. So he's got good pace, good shooting, good passing, good defending, good dribbling, and good physical. I think this is the perfect thing for him for engine. Look at that. It takes him to like everywhere is like mid to high 80s in the stats. For me, that's perfect. We then look at Marcelo. Now Marcelo is one that is just not important because it does, like, his stats are so good that everything's basically capped anyway. 96 pace, 97 defending, 95 physical, 94 dribbling and passing, and then his shooting's only 80, but his shooting's actually so low because his volleys and penalties are low. His shot power, his finishing, his positioning, it's all reasonable. And he's my left back. He's got 4-star. Doesn't matter. You could literally have him on 4 chemistry and it still wouldn't make a difference. These stats are still ridiculous. But that's where we've got him at. Now, Ramos is the next one. Now, of course, for Ramos, he gets 10 chem. But I may well use PK, depending on how well Suarez... If I find Suarez to still be effective, I will carry on using Ramos. But if I find Suarez to be ineffective, I will put the Team of the Year PK into this slot instead, so that Suarez gets that extra chem boost. And then Ramos on 82 team chemistry, and which will go to 83, which won't really make a difference. On 10 individual chemistry with an anchor chem style, 87 pace, 99 defending, gets capped out, 96 physical. Stamina can't change from stats, which basically means it's capped out. That card is just ridiculously good. There's no need, you know what I mean? Like, he fits perfectly. Next up, we've got Hector Bellerin. So Hector Bellerin gets for us 7 chemistry. So 82 there and 7 there. And I have got backbone on him just because of the way I like to boost his. He's already got 97 pace, so you don't need to boost that, right? Now, however, because I've changed his chemistry from 10 to 7, I might go with Sentinel on him to boost defending and physical. Although backbone looked like it boosted more. What have we got? Sentinel. No, Sentinel. Yeah, so I'm going to put Sentinel on Hector Bellerin. He's going to go up to 87 defending with 82 dribbling. He's got nice short passing, which is great for a fullback. Good crossing as well, which is great for a fullback. 87 stamina. Good aggression. Very good defending stats, other than his heading, which isn't that important for a right back. He's got good interceptions, good marking, good stand tackle, good slide tackle. He's going to be great. He's going to be great at right back off chem. And then last but not least, because we can't look at the goalkeepers, because EA, again, don't give us that information, is 86 Seamus Coleman. Now, I'm going to be playing him as a central midfielder. He gets 8 chem, 82 team chemistry, and I've currently got a shadow on him, but I'm probably going to change that. Now, Coleman's got 99 stamina. With a shadow, he gets 90 pace, 94 defending. I could play him at centre-back. If he was like 6 foot instead of 5'9", I probably would play him at centre-back. I'm very tempted to put something to boost his passing, because he is going into central midfield for me, where his passing is going to be quite relevant. So I could give him, say, not finisher, Deadeye. That's a nice boost. Actually, that's not a nice boost because it boosts curve and free kick, which are 2 things that he's just got. He's so heavily lacking in that I don't really want to boost those anyway. Hawk's not important. Artist, what do we? Oh, Artist is nice. Doesn't boost his pace, but it gives him all the best stats in passing and dribbling. I might put Artist on him. Architects. I might put Architect on him actually. I'm probably going to go with Architect, guys. That's probably going to be the chem style that I give him. Takes him to 92 physical, stamina, aggression, strength, and jumping. Now, consider his physical with all these greens, and then Golan's physical with all these greens. I'm going to have 2 absolute bulldogs with high work rates and 99 stamina each. His passing is fantastic. Short passing at 94, long passing at 89. His crossing is 99. He's got good vision. He's relatively quick in the midfield. His shooting is good. His dribbling is good. His defending is very good. This Seamus Coleman as a centre midfielder is going to be unreal. So that, guys, is why... It's exactly why I've built the team like this. And like I said, one of the interesting things for me is the fact that if I'm not enjoying Coleman in centre midfield, I'll change it. I'll put somebody else there. As long as you get a minimum of 50 team chemistry and 5 individual chemistry, they will get the base card stats. So when you look at the high-end players, who's another high-end player? Let me just go to players here. Let me just take a look at high-end players that people use all the time. Obviously, we're not looking at the team of the years and stuff. But for example, who do I see a lot in FUT Champs? So actually, let's take that SBC Higuain, because he'd be an interesting one to do. Which one's the SBC one? The 91 Higuain. If you wanted to put him in your team, guys, and let's say, just for an argument's sake, let's say we've got 70 team chemistry, and on Higuain you manage to get 8 chemistry. You get 1 link into him as a striker, he gets 8 chem, you put a Hunter chem style on him. Look at that. Tell me you don't want to use this card. 89 pace, 96 shooting, very nice dribbling, very nice physical, he's got great strength, his stamina's a bit meh, but he's got a 4-star weak foot. Like, you can take, as long as you've got high-end players, you can take them and put them in teams that you want to use them in. Because if you take someone like Danny Welbeck, and let's say I've got Danny Welbeck the same way I've got Lacazette, so 82 chemistry and 5 individual chemistry, and I give him a Hunter card, that's not good enough. Yeah, his pace is nice, he's got good stamina, his physical is okay, his dribbling is alright, but his passing and his shooting is garbage. For someone like Danny Welbeck, you need that boost, because look at the difference there. He goes up to 87 finishing, 87 shot power. You need the boost on these low tier players. The 80s to the 81s and 82s and 83s, you need the boost. Most of them anyway, because there'll still be some players like Kante, etc. that get there. But so for your low end players, guys, you need the boost. But for your high tier players, who have I got on my bench that I would want to use? Let's take Diego Costa, and of course I use Diego Costa as a centre midfielder. So let's put him. If I put him up front, if I put him in centre midfield, let's say I use him instead of De Rossi. Actually, Diego Costa for me would actually get 10 chemistry, because he gets 2 off of Bellerin and 2 off of Hazard. So he gets 10 chemistry, which would give the overall team chemistry. Let me actually quickly switch it. You can't see this, but if I put Costa in, takes the team chemistry to 84, and Costa gets 10 chem. And I've got on him, I think I've got engine chem style on him. I've got an engine chem style on him. So if I put Diego Costa into the team instead, this is what I'm working with. Great physicals, great dribbling, little bit weak on the agility and balance, which is interestingly why I didn't like him as a striker. Very nice short passing. His long passing is horrendous. His vision is very nice. Shooting is fantastic. Pace is very good as well. It's a nice card. For me personally, I like him as a centre midfielder, like I say, but you can take any high-end player. In fact, you can even take, like I say, like we've got some low-tier players, like Heung-min Son. Player of the month, Heung-min Son. If I were to put Son in this team, because I know a lot of people have got this Son card, so let's take him. I want to see what I'd get. If I put Son up in my team next to Eden Hazard, Son would get 5 chemistry. In fact, it would be exactly the same. He'd also just get 5 chemistry. So Son would get, it'd be the same as Lacazette. So team chemistry would remain at 82. Son would get 5 chem, and I've got Hunter on him. This is still a great card because he's got 89 pace and 90 shooting. So I hope you guys see where I'm coming from. I hope you understand that this is why I'm going to be trying the team that I showed you at the start of the video. I was going to open my rewards in today's video as well, but this video has got so long that I'm not going to now. Again, it's going to be another long video, so I might double upload today as well to get the rewards out. But I just wanted to show you guys that, for me, I want to start using players that I love, specifically this weekend, because if I get a similar output of wins to what I normally get when I use a team that I'm using for chemistry and such. So if this weekend, I don't know how many games I'm going to play this weekend because I only need 13 wins to get Elite Monthly, and I'm just going to play leisurely this weekend. So I might only get 25, 28 or 30 games done or whatever. But if I get a 65 to 75% win rate with this kind of team, I will then go out of my way to find a team of players that I love in every position, make sure they get the minimum of 50 points so they get at least card stats, and then play with that team going forwards. If I get noticeably less wins, if I only get like a 50% win rate this weekend, I'll be like, okay, it's had a huge negative impact on my gameplay, I need to change it again. But if it doesn't have a huge negative impact on my gameplay, why bother fighting for chemistry on 10s everywhere when 5 chemistry to 8 chemistry with a good team chem is still good enough to give nice boosts to these players and at least not give them a reduction in stats. That's my opinion. But anyway, guys, this is going to be the end of the video for today. If you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.